Tyler Steen looked in camp?
Very good. I think he's one of the more underrated players on this team.
JD3 puts a super chat about him. JD3's always got the best nicknames. The Mean Green Steen Machine has some bully tendencies, and I like it. Dude made Mason Graham cry in scrimmage last year, and now he's choke slamming the Vanilla Gorilla. Someone get him an extension.
Yeah, well, he's going to make a lot of money. I don't know if it's going to be here or somewhere else, but guards are getting paid now. And
you don't think they'll kick him out to tackle right now?
No. Yeah, but he's done he did a good job last year, to be honest. And I think for whatever reason people didn't recognize it, but because he's the lesser known of everybody up front, but he's a very good player. Very good player. And I think he's only getting better. He's one of the few offensive players where you say, all right, this guy's going up. It's not going down. He's not even maintaining. He's going up. And I think he's going to get even better this year than he was last year.
Good stuff. John, I read a little bit about Nolan Smith making some splashes today, or at least having at least a couple good plays out there. What are you seeing from Nolan Smith? Did you see anything today that caught your eye?
No, not really. I'll tell you what catch my eye. He's playing a lot of right end, not left end. Jalyx Hunt is playing left end, and I'm telling you what that means is they are getting Jalyx Hunt to be ready to play more snaps when Jonathan Grenard is back. That's what that means. I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it was Kemsky. I think he wrote a tackle for loss.
I wasn't thinking.
And then no.
I didn't see it from Jimmy. If Jimmy saw it, it's good. I saw it from somebody else, which was more, how shall I say, Pollyanna-ish. You know, everybody's great. Everybody's this.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of those people, Johnny.
If Jimmy said it,
I think Jimmy also wrote about him. Maybe it was Jimmy. I read so much of it. Did he get around by Lotta? Is that what it was that Jimmy wrote? I think he wrote.
Well, he's playing on the right side. I'm sure he did. It's a long practice. I'm sure he did at one point, but I mean, he's very good. He's a good player. I constantly say it. He's really good despite his lack of size, setting the edge in the run game. He's more comfortable on the left side. He's always played there. And that's really in the old school way, you wanted the base left end to be the run stopper. Now the game's changed. It really doesn't matter. But it's more about Grenard being healthy, being comfortable on the right side. So that's where he's going to play. And he's going to play a lot of snaps when he gets healthy. So previously, that's where Jalyx would play. And they have really ramped up using him on the left side. And it's becoming obvious to me that he has surpassed Nolan Smith in their minds, which I didn't think we'd see that this early.
I think it's the right move. I mean, I think Nolan's good at more to me, or at least
that's how I framed it. He's a better all-around player. But Jalyx Hunt has been awesome this summer. I mean, awesome. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's more physical. You know, one of the things they said when they drafted him, he was, not ready from a strength like a lot of rookies, and he gets in an NFL strength program, and 2 years later he looks like a monster. Completely different guy. So he's got a chance to be really special, Jalyx Hunt.
Yeah, apparently he's just having a great camp, as you've talked about here on the show quite a bit, John. So that's exciting for Jalyx Hunt. I'm wondering what that looks like, John, if he has a great year this year. I mean, do you think they'll pay him?
Oh yeah, they'll keep him. They're going to keep one of them, and they're going to.
So you don't think they're in a crunch? I mean, because they just paid Jordan and Jalen. They have Cooper and Quinion, which Howie basically already told you he's going to pay. You have Jalen Hurts looming. I think we'll see what happens there. I mean, now you're going to have a $30 million edge rusher. I don't know. I mean, I'm just.
Yeah, they're gonna. Like I'm not one of the. Look, people overrate. The salary cap is real. So there's two sides to this. The people say it's not real and you can do whatever you want. They're not correct. But the people who worry about it and hand wring about it, like they're good players, they're going to keep them. And there are one or two tough decisions they generally have to make. You saw it with Milton Williams. You'll see it with probably Morrow. You'll see it with Nolan. People like that. You do have to make maybe 2 or 3 when you're really good, difficult decisions every year. But when you operate the way the Eagles do, and this is where Jeffrey Lurie comes in, I mean, it's bookkeeping. Look at Jalen Carter's contract. Look at how it was reported. Look at the reality of that contract. They will easily fit Jalyx Hunt in. Easily. Now, other owners won't allow people to do that. But if you go, and over the cap is public, anybody can go there. So if you go to the Eagles, you can't see the nitty gritty of the contracts, but you can see the base value of the contracts. And if you look at the current Eagles roster, so all 90 players, and you go to the dead money right now, if they were to cut players, it's astounding. It's just all this red. They put dead money in red. So you see all this red. Jalen Hurts, $107 million. Jordan Mailata, $25 million. Lane Johnson's $20 million. DeVonta Smith, $47 million. $17 million for Landon Dickerson, $18 for Dallas Goedert, $29 for Barkley, $35 for Jalen Carter, $38 for Zach Bond, $44 for Jonathan Grenard, $32 for Cam Jurgens, $34 for Jordan Davis. And even if you go down to Nolan Smith, it's $14. It's astounding.
Yeah, it is.
They're paying on the credit card, but they don't care because the difference is the reason the credit card doesn't for all of us, it comes due. For them, it doesn't really come due. People say, well, it's going to come due. No, maybe someday if there's a collapse in rights fees, but there's no evidence that's going to happen. They're going to get more money. They're negotiating.
Or could the owners do something to change the way the Eagles do contracts?
They could. They've talked about it. They could, but that would be for the future, not these contracts. These would be grandfathered in. But they might change that because it does create an uneven playing field, for loser owners. And if they want to make the game more competitive from that standpoint, they might change it. But that won't affect what they've done to this point. So I think everybody gets caught up in those reported numbers when contracts get signed, and Jalen Carter being the most obvious. Jalen Carter signed a 6-year deal for $31 million a year. That's the reality. That's the reality. And the cap numbers, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 void years on the back end. The cap numbers are $9.2 million and $9.1 million over the next 2 years. In 28, it's only 15.6. In 29, it's only 22.3.
Does this really just come down to Jeffrey Lurie's willing to put the cash up, and that's why other GMs aren't doing this? Because when you explain it like you explain it, it almost sounds like, why would you not do it this way? Like, you got to be
Well,
stupid to not play this way.
there are some. It's funny to call some NFL owners, compared to average people, they're rich, but compared to other owners, they're not rich, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there are some cash poor owners like Mark Davis and the Brown family. And so, who have trouble, like if you guarantee somebody $100 million, even if it's down the road roster bonuses, it's not all up front. That's all got to be an escrow. So you can't just say, well, we'll pay it when we get there.
You're tossing hundreds of millions of dollars in escrow.
Yeah. So that's part of it. But the bigger part of it is the manipulation and the willingness to carry dead money if something doesn't work out. And a lot of people don't like to do that. But you also, if you make a shitload of bad personnel decisions, that would hurt you. But the Eagles haven't done that. They've made some. Nobody's 100%. They made some, but they're willing to eat the dead money. And Jeffrey Lurie's saying, "All right, I'm not gonna worry about it." And they've, they had a little reset period over the last 2 years. They haven't done a lot in free agency because they spent so much money for a 10-year period before that they had to reset a little bit and come back down to earth. But when it comes to drafting, if they will not give away players that they've drafted and developed unless they have to. And by that, like a Milton Williams situation where you absolutely have to. That's the goal of all good teams. Draft and develop your own and reward your own. You don't go into free agency if something went wrong and you got to go fill it from outside the organization.
Well, the Eagles got to keep making good decisions, and we got to thank Jeffrey Lurie for being able to put that cash up for the Eagles to be able to do what they are doing. All right, John.